Hey, oh, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Listen, let's see who's in the chat really quick, and then we'll go into this, right? Hey, Tanya. Hey, Moar. Hey, Lily. Hey, finally free. How are you? Hey, Tanya, Sophia, Chris, how are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me for a really late night chat. So, listen. Of course, we're talking about Kelly Price, right? And I've actually been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading up on it. I know that a lot of people are covering it. I think Larry Reed covered it. I think somebody told me in the chat that Layla covered it. Who else covered it, right? Those are the big people I can remember that covered it. I did not have a chance to see their live streams. I did see Larry Reed last night when he had the sister on, and that's what piqued my thing, right? Because I was busy researching and sleeping. I'll be honest with you, right? I should have been deep conditioning my hair, but I was up doing stuff. You guys, let's talk about what we actually know in the Kelly Price. Let me just expand the screen. Let's talk about yeah, well, here's the thing. I got the tip off from Larry Reed. Somebody actually sent me something from his Instagram. Prior to that, I don't follow Larry Reed, but now, of course, I'm interested. He's super talented. Of course, he has like more followers than anyone, right? I'm like, have you guys heard of that unknown person named Larry Reed? Of course, Larry Reed got to it first. This is what actually got me. Then I jumped on the Twitter, and you know that the Twitter detectives were on it, right? Listen, hey, Miss Innabug, what's going on, Mama? How are you? Listen, Larry Reed's live revealed a lot, but the thing that actually got me when I was like, we need to go on is there's so much misinformation and opinion that's disguised as fact. For instance, let's just go through what we know for certain. This was reported by the Associated Press. This was reported by the Daily Mail. I know nobody likes the Daily Mail, but they get their facts right most of the time. Actually, 100% of the, well, okay, 90% of the time. This was reported by the Associated Press, and this has been confirmed by the police department and official channels, right? Kelly, what I have notes, I'm looking at them, was reported missing last Saturday after being released from the hospital after a month-long battle of COVID-19. Her sister, Shamray, we all know, told BNC News on Friday that her family hadn't seen Kelly in well over a month following her discharge. She urged her sister to go to the cops if she was able to make her whereabouts known. Now, Price's attorney, Monica Ewing, said the star is not missing and she's still recovering. Her family told police Price's boyfriend, Terrell Barber, was not allowing them to see Price after she was released in late August despite her poor condition. Police arrived at the door. They searched the house and questioned Barber, saying there was no evidence of foul play involved in the missing case. The gospel singer had been released, had just released a new album, right? This is what we know so far. But then there's a lot of things that are actually coming up. First of all, let's talk about this wellness check, right? Which is at the center of everything. If you guys don't know that anybody has a right to make a wellness check to the police, right? You call, you say, I just want them to check. This is actually part of the police's job. It's not anything that they're doing, anything interesting. When they go to the house, the thing that makes a wellness check so interesting, and also you want to be very, very careful about asking for one, because normally when the police knock on your door, if you're not there or if nobody answers, they cannot enter without a search warrant. If they have a wellness check from anybody, they can enter your house without even knocking. And get this, they don't even have to identify themselves as the police. So they can show up and be like, hi, is Tisa there? And they don't have to identify themselves as the police. So they have the right to go in. They have the right to search if you give them permission. You can say, no, I'd rather not. If anybody ever is in a situation of getting a wellness check and they don't know what's going on, and of course they're not in danger, you literally show yourself to the police. You say, hold on, I'd like to step outside. You shut the door. Don't let them try to think that they come in. You shut the door and you talk to them. And then you say, no, I decline everything else. You do have the right to refuse, right? The police, for whatever reason, it seems like he agreed, the boyfriend, and they went through and they conducted a search of the house. The police found no instance of foul play. Now, hold on, right? Because again, there's a few complications that came in. Kelly Price, okay, so let's get back to the wellness check, and then we'll go to the daughter. Okay, so let's start with the daughter. We're going by this with the wellness check. This is a segue. First person, the daughter. So the wellness check happened. Police said no signs of foul play. It has been reported that she is still on the national missing persons list. That is not true. If she is, it's a clerical mistake. The police say they are satisfied and that they think that she is, if not safe, that she is not missing, right? Being missing and being safe are two different things. The police did say there's an ongoing investigation. Missing means nobody knows where you're at. Safe means people not only know where you're at, but that you are healthy or you are well or you're not in a place of danger. The police declined to say as to whether they think that she is safe or not. However, she is not missing because the actual definition of missing, we are not talking about like talking to our friends on the street. The actual definition, legal definition for police work for missing is not one person knows your whereabouts, whether you are alive or whether you are deceased. Nobody knows where you are. The police then took her off of the missing police report. There have been reports that she is still on the missing police report. If she is, it is a clerical, it just hasn't gotten taken off because the police even said there's an ongoing investigation, but it's not a missing persons definition. I think it's important that we distinguish this. I think that's why everybody's getting so confused because everybody is taking terms of art and moving them together like Play-Doh. Missing for the point of legal purposes in the law means whether you are alive or deceased, no one knows where your body is. Nobody knows where you are. Safe means we know where you are, but also that you are not in a place of danger. Two different things. The police do have an ongoing investigation, but they are declining to say what the ongoing investigation is about, right? Empathetic Soul, why didn't this get national coverage? That's a good point because it's getting international coverage. Believe it or not, the AP, the Daily News, the Sun, a lot of international papers are contacting these places. And a lot of international papers, including, and these are huge papers, they're not like little dog and pony shows. They're huge papers, are contacting the police for comment, following up. And this is another thing. Everybody's on YouTube talking. I'm not disparaging anybody on YouTube because all I do is sit on YouTube all day and talk. But you realize you can actually make calls to the police and actually verify, right? You realize that this is public record. Has the person, once something becomes public record, say you report, God forbid, somebody missing, right? Say you report a car stolen. Forget, I don't even want to put that energy on someone. It becomes a matter of public record. And after that, any person, whether you are a reporter or whether you are a private citizen, can actually go and actually say, hello, I would like to inquire about the car that was reported missing. Yes. Tisa Tells made the report. Yes, I do not have the police report number, but this is what happened. Has the car been found? And the police will tell you if the car has been found. The police, again, I'm not saying they'll be the friendliest, but for anyone that's ever looking for information from the police, we don't have to sit here and like speculate on YouTube. We can actually just call the police department and see what the police says. We can. It's a matter of public record. They can't hide it. The only thing they can hide is if they say something is an ongoing investigation. The ongoing investigation, it has to do with Kelly Price. She is no longer considered missing for their purposes. However, whether or not there's something else afoot that the police don't want to say, because if they did, they are afraid it would ruin the investigation. Now, I'm not claiming to actually know anybody on that police department. I'm just speaking from what I know about ongoing investigations and why police or prosecutors or whatever it is do not actually give statements about ongoing investigations, because they don't want the person they're investigating to get wise and start covering up evidence, right? You say, listen, Miss Benita, I know what you're saying, that Kelly Price might not be a household name. I beg to disagree, because the Daily Mail, which has the biggest readership of any paper over in Europe, the Sun, and also the Associated Press all picked this story up. So whether or not she's a household name in America, that remains to be seen. But I see what you're saying. I get your point. So let's talk about the daughter. The daughter actually, now, before we talk about the daughter, let's talk about what the family knew, right? The family was the one that reported her husband as her boyfriend. The family said that the boyfriend was keeping the boyfriend was keeping Kelly Price away from them. Now, I just want to decode things. When they say the family, they are talking about the sister, because all this is coming through the sister, and no other family members have to my knowledge. I could be wrong. This is ongoing. This is developing. If you are watching this and you see, wait, something's changed, check my feed. There are probably new videos giving you updates. So at this point, which is 1:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? At 1:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the reports are saying, the police are saying that when the family asks for the welfare check, and the family is the sister because the sister is the most vocal, but no other family has come out and joined this unison, right? I I think that Shining Star, I'm just reading your comment. Can you stop being so morbose? Jesus Christ, I'm sure she's alive. But let's get into this, right? The family, when Kelly Price's sister says the family, like she explained in a live stream, her mom died in 2020. Thank you everybody for clowning me because I mistaked it 2021 for 2020. In October 2020, her grandparents both died sometime this year. And her sister tragically died 6 years ago. They are the only ones. She is the matriarch. They are what they have. The sister is not convinced, but when she reported this to the police, she said her boyfriend, her fiance, was not letting them see. She did not use husband. Now, it has come out that they were secretly married. Everybody knew that they were engaged, but they were secretly married. So this is her husband. As an extra layer of what the hell, right? Her husband, it looks like earlier this year, had to go to court for stalking charges and for domestic violence charges, but not for Kelly, for a different woman. Yes, he went to court. He had a case. There was some type of resolution to it, but it was not for his wife, Kelly. It was for another person. And this is not to say that Kelly did or did not experience any domestic violence. I'm just telling you what the actual documents say. We're going to fill in and paint the colors, but I'm giving you guys the skeleton, right? So we can actually add some meat onto it later. But I think it's important that everybody realizes what the hey, Marcia, how are you, Marcia? I think it's important that everybody realizes what the skeleton is, because everybody's adding too much meat, but there's no bones, right? And I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just talking about, I've been on Twitter, this, that, and the third. Now, the daughter then made a statement, right? So the police go, they say, we don't see anything, blah, 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 blah. The lawyer calls and says, listen, she's fine, which in itself is unusual because in a lot of states, you need to present yourself as a wellness check. However, in this state, a lawyer might be legally able to be a proxy for you, which means that they speak for you. They can come and represent for you. They can write for you. For whatever reason, it seems like the police accepted the lawyer as a proxy because they have information that we do not. Right? And since we are not family and we are not friends, they're not going to give us information on the case. But more importantly, I don't think one person that has talked about this has actually tried to contact the police department. Actually tried to contact the police department and get info on this case. But you know I did. But I don't think anybody actually reached out and been like, yeah, I have a few questions. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. So the sister then clapped back and said on a on a local television channel, she doesn't care what the lawyer says. And she said it on Larry Reed Live's Instagram. That's the Instagram Live. Sorry, y'all, that I caught. I'm just bringing everybody up to speed on where we're at, giving you guys the bones so we can start painting meat on this, right? Right now, I'm talking about the setup. We're about to get into the daughter, then the sister, then the husband, and then the attorney, right? So the sister clapped back and said, no, I don't believe you until we hear from her. Until we hear from her, it's not good. Now, as an added twist, though, the daughter actually made a few statements. Let me find that for you. The daughter actually made a few statements that led people to believe, including myself, that she was found. Now, what condition she is up for debate, but we were led to believe that she was actually found. Okay. What did that statement say? Let's get that statement for you. It is by Karen Greer. She is a reporter for CBS 46. She's a reporter for CBS 46. And this was for a nightly podcast broadcast that came on at 11. So you guys, this isn't hearsay. This isn't innuendo. She went on, got the local CBS station, and the daughter actually said these words. They had an exclusive. Daughter of gospel singer, R&B gospel singer Kelly Price tells CBS 46 her mother is safe and fine, despite reports she is missing. Price has been hospitalized for COVID-19 and released. The family is asking for privacy. Okay. A lot of people said, how can the family be asking for privacy if the sister's doing all this stuff? You guys, as a weird twist of events, the daughter is, I think we're using the word family to describe everyone where it seems like there's a lot of different things going on. The husband, for legal purposes, is considered family. For legal purposes, he's considered the only family that counts when it comes to making medical decisions and when it comes to money. He is the family that counts legally, right? So that's a cause for concern. The daughter, of course, is family. She's making decisions. She is saying outside from under the sister, my mom's not missing. She is fine. So that's why they're using the term family. The sister is saying family's concerned. Larry Reid and all these people reporting it are saying family because they are talking also to her sister. But there are three different camps saying three different things. At the very least, two different camps saying two different things, and one camp, which is the husband, being quiet, right? Now, to get into that. So it gets into, do you believe the daughter or not? Ironically, the sister has not said publicly she doesn't believe the daughter, but ironically, around the time that the daughter started speaking out, there were rumors and things were talked about on various vlogs about how the daughter may or may not allegedly be on drugs. I know Larry Reid said this on his show. I did not hear, so don't quote me on this, but a lot of you guys told me this. My first question was, did they say this before the aunt was interviewed? Or Kelly Price's sister was interviewed, or after? Because it makes me wonder what's actually going on with the family, that you would go on a show that someone openly discussed whether your niece was a drug addict or not. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, it could be nothing, but it got my little senses tingling. Because would you go on a show to discuss whether your niece was a drug addict or not? And this is after she said that her mom. And honestly, what is her having to be, even if she was a drug addict? And I'm not saying she's not. I think this is, I don't know what's going on with that. But even if she was, what does that have to do with her saying that she's made contact with her mom and her mom's fine and going on the public record to say that? Do you see what I'm saying? Also, the daughter is not a young child. For some reason, I heard the sister speak, and it led me to believe that these were small children, because I believe that she said, oh, there's young children involved. But apparently, both children are in their 20s, so they are adults. They are adults. They should be grown, right? All right. Now, let's get into the family drama, right? Oddly enough, the sister announced, now put it like this, you're concerned about your sister, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying, just follow me, because we need to actually critically analyze without putting emotion into it. Just looking at things as facts and evidence and saying, does this make sense? Yes or no? No, let me file that into, come back to that. Yes, okay, let me put that into the, okay, this makes sense, and try to wrap reality around that, right? The sister who reported her sister missing a month later, you realize this, right? And I'm not judging anybody, but let's look at the facts. Kelly Price, they had said they hadn't seen her or talked to her since August 13th. The sister waited until last Saturday to actually report her. That was the first cause that was just like, what the hell, what is going on? That was like the very first thing, right? But then we actually have, that was the very first thing. But then we actually have a lot of stuff that's going on in the fact of, okay, you got the sister, you got this, you got that. All right. But then when you think about the sister, how do I say this by being delicately? Why did you wait so long? There are questions on the sister side. If you were that concerned, why did you wait so long? If my sister, my brother, my uncle, my father, my whoever, right, had been discharged without my knowledge, right? And the reason they weren't discharged, and this is where it gets fuzzy, they're saying they didn't know why she was discharged. I am 100% certain if they had called the hospital would have said her husband discharged her. Or maybe they wouldn't have. Maybe they just would have said she was discharged. It's odd that even though they were not next to kin and whatever, that they released medical information and called them and said, because that's a violation of HIPAA to release medical information by the sister's thing that the hospital called her, even though she's not on power of attorney, she's not on any medical records, and she's not even next to kin because she has a husband. It seems odd that they would release sensitive medical issue information and risk a lawsuit. Don't forget Kelly Price, whether we believe she's a big deal or not, she is a celebrity, and risk a lawsuit. That was the first thing that I was like, it's very, very odd. But also with the sister, she announced through all this that she has an album dropping in 2 days. She used this time to announce that she had an album dropping in 2 days. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, maybe she just had that preset to drop and she forgot about it. I get that. But as soon as it dropped, right? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Thank you. As soon as it even dropped, I would have removed it. This is not the time. You say that you're worried about your sister. You say you're worried about your sister's life. You're saying that you have no proof of life and you're desperate to get it. And you're using this time to drop new music. Again, I'm not judging anyone. I am saying that these are the facts that we need to look at in order to gain a clearer understanding of what's going on and transcend more than just people saying this and people saying that. Let's actually look at what's going on, right? Now, here's the thing. Wu Chow, you say this can all go away if Kelly could just release a video saying she is okay. Listen, we do not know the state Kelly is in. The daughter's asking for privacy. The sister's not. The sister brought this to the public thing. Again, there's lots of reasons why Kelly may not have issued a public statement, but she's issuing it through her lawyer. Again, I don't really know like what the actual situation is. I don't really know if like that's the actual thing that actually took over, but I can actually say that that's actually the reason why, things were actually released. I can actually say that. Now, listen. Somebody on Twitter, her name is Brittany Daniel, right? I'll try to post a link to the Twitter thing, said, this whole Kelly Price thing sounds like some family drama gone public. This is just her opinion, but it's a viewpoint that we should consider. It sounds like Kelly doesn't want to be involved with her sister and has chosen not to speak with her or her family. I hope she's okay and can explain it all soon, but I imagine she doesn't like the messiness. Why did she say that? Because the Mamma Mia ex, who's one of Kelly Price's closest friends, she is the Mamma Mia ex on Instagram, actually posted, as for why I didn't say anything about Kelly is because I know she's not missing or being held against her will. She had COVID really bad and is still not 100% recovered. COVID dealt a blow to Kelly's body and she's still fighting to get her health and immune system right. I don't know anything about anything else, except the fact that she's not missing or being held against her will, because I heard her voice and I can't wait until she's back moving around and on social media personally talking to her peeps and performing again. Prayers for a healthy immune system and full recovery. Everybody stay safe. This is one of Kelly Price's closest friends who does not have a relationship with Kelly Stamps. Shout out to Kelly Stamps. I love her. Does not have a relationship with Kelly Price's husband. She is independent. She is now the second person on record. The first is the daughter, which went on CBS 46 and said it. This is a local news channel. The second is Miss Mia X, who released a statement on Instagram saying that she's also talked to her. Now, there are a few people on the sister side who says they don't care because they haven't talked to Kelly. But if we actually look at it, just playing devil's advocate, that Kelly actually doesn't mess with her sister for whatever reason, and I'm not saying this is the case, it would make sense that anyone that's friends with the sisters wouldn't have an end to what goes on in Kelly's life. Also, COVID might have ravaged her body. She could be dealing with comorbidities. Why can't I speak tonight? Comorbid factors that actually hurt her health, hurt her body. She could be ashamed of the way she looks. Y'all are cruel to people. Y'all are I mean, sometimes I can be cruel too, but we are cruel to ways sometimes people look at the way Chadwick Bronson, when he was wasting away in cancer and people were dragging him all up and down Instagram and YouTube saying that he was on drugs. So please don't act like, oh, all we care about is just to see you. I'm not saying y'all in the chat, but please don't act like there aren't people that are waiting to break her down and embarrass her and to clown her. She has been clowned about her looks most of her life. Let's act like we live in the world. Now, that said, I'm not saying that she's safe. I'm just putting out the facts, right? Core morbidities. Thank you, Just Johanna. I don't know what it is. Listen, y'all know I'm dyslexic and I have a tight tongue. If there's anything that's more than 3 syllables, it usually just goes by the wayside, right? Okay, so we also have a few other things going on, right? We also have, listen, why was she placed on the missing persons list? Because the sister reported her missing. They went to do a wellness check. After the wellness check and talking to the lawyer, and I think also the daughter, they said, okay, no, right? Now, there's a few other things, right? Mia X does know more about Kelly Price in this old sister, right? And it's saying more, right? It's saying more than her attorney is something else, right? I will say that her one daughter, who knows what it is, but I do find it disturbing that people are talking about substance issues, saying Kelly Price is on substance with her daughter's substance. There is no proof of that at this moment. And prior to this, nobody was saying that she was on pills. I'm talking about even when she said she had COVID. So again, I'm not saying these reports are true, but we need to question, why are these reports coming forward? Are they actually to help find her and figure out what's going on? Or are they just being put forth to move the level of gossip forward so we have something else to kiki and laugh about? And I'm not judging anyone. You know I love a good drag. You know I love kikiing. You know I love gossiping, right? That's why I'm here with you guys. But this is actually a little bit more serious because we're literally trying to find out, one, what is going on? Is she missing or not? Because if she's not missing, stop playing with her feelings. Two, if we know where she is she safe? Again, get the thing of missing in the colloquial terms and talk about it from a legal standpoint. Missing is nobody at all can actually locate your body, right? That is missing. When you know where somebody actually is, but you do not know if they're actually being held against their will, that's when it's like, okay, there's an ongoing investigation. Do you actually see what I'm saying? Do you see why the police are saying there's an ongoing investigation, but they don't consider her missing? Like, do you see that? You know, listen, I don't know, right? Yeah, exactly. The Sun, the Daily News, the AP, all these places. But do you know why they're actually posting this? Because they actually did what I did. They called the goddamn police department. They asked about public record. They literally just scratched a little bit of low surface instead of listening into people just saying whatever. I don't know. Again, the Sun is reporting. Again, thank you, Dana Nicole. The Sun's reporting it. The Daily Mail is reporting it. AP is reporting it, and the local police department's reporting it, and her daughter's reporting it, and Mia X is reporting it. So now let's get to the sister that's actually dropped an album, right? Actually dropped an album while her sister was missing and fearing for her life. Again, I'm not, but it seems odd to me, and it makes me side-eye everybody in the situation. Now, again, right? I will say that we need to make the distinction that missing and safe are two different things. You could be being held hostage, but you're not consider missing if they know where you are, but you're not safe. It's an ongoing investigation, if that makes any sense. Let's go into this, right? Let's also go into this little tidbit. This is all on Twitter. Call Me Dollar on Twitter says, this shit looks and sounds crazy, right? The sister is the only one disputing this. Is there anyone in the family besides the sister that is saying that she is actually missing, right? Sarah Mornell said, and this is Sarah Mornell on Instagram, said, I just spoke to Miss Kelly Price. She is recovering with her supportive partner. She sounds strong. I hope this fabrication can stop and she is able to heal. Friends are coming out to say that she feels like she is being harassed by her sister. And to me, It sounds like, for whatever reason, the daughter's saying she's contacted. Now, at this point, two different people are saying that they have contacted her. The sister, I get three, including the lawyer. The sister is now saying that she doesn't believe any of them until Kelly contacts her. Why is it so important that why don't you talk to your niece and see what's going on? Why would you go on a radio show that literally was making jokes about, has anybody checked the buffet? Has anybody done this? And I get it. I clown people too. But why are you even going on a show talking about your niece being on drugs? What does your niece being on drugs have to do with her saying that her mom is safe? The television station didn't pay her to actually come on. So what is it, right? Her friend Nikki Gilbert is saying she's missing. Okay, fine. Nikki Gilbert saying is missing, but the next question I would have to Nikki Gilbert is, when's the last time you talked to her, Nikki Gilbert? Seriously. If Nikki Gilbert and her talked every single day, okay, fine. But if her and Nikki maybe talk maybe once, if her and Nikki maybe talk I don't know, once a month or once every 3 weeks or once every whatever, and Nikki's like, girl, where you at? And Kelly's not returning her text. Again, I need to ask Nikki, what is your relationship? How close are you guys? Someone not talking to their daughter is completely different from somebody not talking to a friend that they might talk to once or twice a month. Do you see what I'm saying? And I understand that Nikki Gilbert is a friend, but right now, I think it's her daughter is a little bit more credible, right? Now let's get into the issue of why her daughter might be credible. A mysterious phantom drug use, a pill problem. Where did this come from? Is this from a reliable source? Has she ever been arrested? Is she in trouble with the law? Can anybody outside of someone that doesn't know her verify whether or not she has a pill problem? Did her aunt say it? What is going on, right? Let's see. Yes, she went to the news and did an interview, right? Exactly. But when you hear reports that the family is saying that they don't believe the attorney, and again, we're going to get into what's going on with Kelly, but I want you guys to understand the playing field. When they talk about the family said that they haven't heard from Kelly, it's not the family, it's the sister, because the daughter is saying fine, and the son has not made comments at all, right? Now, let's get into a little bit more information, you guys, and then we'll answer some questions. I don't know if if we get to 200 people in here and maybe 100 likes, we can drop the link and I can actually have some of you guys call in and we can actually chop this up and literally discuss what's going on, So let's see what else is going on. I think it's let's see. They're saying that there's also reports, one second. Okay, that's a different thing. Okay, now let's talk about the sister. The sister dropped an album this week. The sister has been very vocal that she doesn't believe anybody that says they've seen Kelly until Kelly actually contacts herself. I need to understand how close they actually were, and was Kelly actually really messing with them? I'd like to know how many times the sister actually visited her in the hospital. I'd like to know who it is that called her, that told her that she had been discharged, especially since the sister isn't on medical. I'm not doubting the sister's story. I'm just asking, how did these things come to pass? If you're on the list for them to call to say that somebody's been discharged, that means that you were on the list to even seek permission to get discharged, unless Kelly discharged herself. But an adult wouldn't have them calling somebody's family to tell them that they were discharged. That is a violation of HIPAA. So I'm interested to know who gave you this phone call, who told you that she was discharged, because it should be illegal. Now that when he was just the fiance, that seemed very plausible. It seemed very plausible when he was just the fiance. But now that we know that's actually the husband, it does not seem plausible at all that they literally violated HIPAA, ignored the husband's wishes, called the sister, not the daughter, not anyone else, but called the sister and told her that she had been discharged, right? It's literally, right? Hey, thank you, Dorit. I appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. Listen, it reminds me of the whole, yes, I agree with that too. Let's talk about the husband. Let's get into the husband. There are disturbing things. He does have they're saying he has a criminal record. Now, to which I'd say, criminal for what? Because, he is a Black man for America. And I do not cape for Black men. But to me, someone having a criminal record is not the be all end all. It depends what the record is, because most Black people have a criminal record because of the what to, well, I don't want to say most, that's not true, but it's not surprising. That's not true either. That's actually not true. The point is, I don't hold it against somebody if they have a criminal record. It happens, right? But it is a cause concern that they secretly got married. She did do an article from Madame Noir saying that she wanted to keep it secret, not the marriage, but the proposal even, because she was still vetting the relationship to see what was secure. She used her old divorce as an excuse, but there we have it. He does have a record for domestic violence in 2021 for actually stalking. Let me just pull this up. And this is all verifiable. If y'all want to believe me, don't. It started at June 30th, 2021. There was a complaint, a domestic filing info form. There was a restraining order issued. He had to make an appearance, service. He answered in a counterclaim, order to continue the restraining order, and an order dismissal on September 1st. This was filed by Jill Jackson against Daryl Crump. Daryl is her husband, if you don't know. So it's very, the case status is closed. It's very suspicious and alarming that he is involved in a domestic violence situation with a restraining order against a woman that's not his wife. Against a woman that's not his wife. This is a thing. This is definitely something to look into. It's definitely something to look into. I'm going to pull up the rest of my notes. If you guys can just forgive me for 2 seconds, I'd appreciate that, right? Now, let's get this out of here. Now, Kelly did say this was an unexpected love. She said that we were friends first and developed an incredible bond inside of that friendship. And at some point it changed for both of us. She said, this is an interview with the Jasmine brand. I'm sorry. She said it was unexpected, but we both knew that something changed. So we decided to give love with a friend a chance to thrive. I'm glad we did, right? There were posts where she actually showed off her engagement ring. It was a massive rock, right? She showed off her engagement ring, which was an actual massive rock that was given during a recent proposal. He did say he proposed to me. He proposed with a diamond ring. She guessed, and she insists she wants to keep her husband and her husband to be identity private. So we do definitely have that too. I don't know what's going on with that, but she did say that she wished to keep her identity actually private, right? Now, if you want to know about her previous marriage, right? She was previously married to her husband and manager, Jeffrey Roll, for 23 years. In addition to being romantically involved since she was 19 years old, he also represented her professionally. 2015, they announced a divorce. She actually did say after the untimely death of her sister last year in 2015, it weighed on her heavily that this was something that she needed to do, get divorced. She said she made the decision to live the best life she could. She ended things because she didn't want to compromise the true happiness was anymore. She added that it was amicable. There's no hard feelings, and insisted she'll always love. Oddly enough, it does seem like, unfortunately, death does motivate Kelly to act, because it does motivate Kelly to act, because Kelly actually got married to her now husband, Mr. Crump, a month after her mother passed away. Just like the death of her sister 6 years ago motivated her, by in her own words, to get divorced. It seems like we can maybe draw the inference that her literally a month after her mom died in October 2020, she actually did get married to her best friend, right? Now, Kelly's final Instagram post before she was reported missing was an emotional video that dived deep into her COVID diagnosis. She had a splitting headache. She wasn't feeling well, right? Now, the whole thing about her feeling safe, right? Hours after Kelly Price was reported missing, it's been confirmed she's now back home with loved ones. These loved ones, we don't know who they are. We do know that it's not her sister, right? Now, Cobb County officials notified the AP, the Sun, and the Daily Mail, these are huge newspapers, that they were later notified that Kelly has returned. Kelly's with her family, but the investigation remains ongoing, so you cannot provide further details at this time. The investigation, you guys, this is what we need to focus the nexus on. And I agree with a lot of you. We're not debating on whether Kelly Price has been located. I believe from what I hear from everyone that she has, but it's a whole different course on whether Kelly is actually safe. And by safe, I mean a lot of people have hinted that there is issues with maybe issues with domestic violence. Maybe she's being held captive. Maybe she doesn't feel safe. I completely understand that, right? I completely understand that. Now, I do know. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys, for that thing. She was battling COVID. Let's talk about her fiance, right? She was open about her engagement, but as stated before, she wanted to keep his identity secret for the time being. She said in Madame Noir in March of 2021, and this is interesting. She actually was still calling her fiance in March of 2001. They were married in November of 2020. In March of 2021, she said that I'm actually engaged right now. I haven't said anything much publicly yet. I've been with someone for about 2 years now. I've intentionally kept it quiet because I told myself when it comes time to let the world know, I will let the world know exactly who that individual is. You guys, if she was already married in November of 2020, why do you think she kept it secret? And well, even in March 2021, she didn't want to say. She kept it so secret. Even her own sister didn't know that was her husband. As a matter of fact, when the police came around, right? When the police came around, they were under the assumption he was the actual fiance. Now, could this be because there was an issue with him stalking and harassing a woman? I assume this wasn't another woman. I assume this Jill Jackson was maybe a previous relationship or whatever he's going on. Again, not making any conclusions, but we're just looking at the evidence, right? March 2021, right? March to yes, the DFS judgments and others, ex-wife listed as a creditor, they're trying to garnish wages. Okay, there is something, right? Yes, she also said accepted, but wasn't sure they'd get married. The funny thing is, Woo Child, love your Abby. Listen, the fun, and it's not funny, comical, but the odd thing is, she did get secretly married. Even in March 2021, she was married, but she was sitting there running her mouth, acting like she wasn't, probably because she knew all this stuff was going on, right? Yeah. It was reported that her mother passed away. It was one of the biggest blows of her life, and she said 2000 will be my year of overcoming some of the biggest blows the enemy sent. They farm, but they will not prosper. Neither will they destroy my life. Even with I know my life and my times are in his hands. I trust God. I was not built to break. I believe that Price was not built to break. There's something in my heart, and I know that I'm acting like I know in Kelly Price. This is a parasocial relationship. She doesn't know me, but I know her. But I grew up listening to her music. My mom listens to her music. Listen, I feel like I know her and she's helped me through so many hard times. I literally do believe that when she says that she was not built to break and that she is in a place where whatever she's going through, she can overcome this and survive, right? Um, what else, right? Talking about her mystery man, she said, now I do know better. If for some reason it doesn't work, I won't ever force myself to stay in a situation that's not working. This is when she was talking about her dynamic with her husband. She said, because when you meet a person and you like them and you're feeling them, you have to decide whether you love them enough to deal with their family and they love you enough to deal with yours. This is statements that Kelly Price made about dating her mystery man and why she was taking things slow on revealing it. You have to decide whether you love them enough to deal with their family and whether they love you enough to deal with yours. What other family members think may not control what happens in your house, but it will have some level of effect because you're literally taking two backgrounds, you're meshing them, and you're trying to become one everything. You're trying to become one everything, right? Now, when was she arrested missing? When was she reported missing? We knew following a welfare check. But her loved ones confirmed they are now together. The police told TMZ they found no evidence of foul play because they searched the home and previously spoke with Kelly's fiance about her disappearance at the house. However, they were not able to pinpoint her whereabouts, and the 40-year-old was listed as missing in the National Crime Center, the Sun confirmed. However, they are now confirming that her loved ones confirmed that they are now together. Let's see what else. Hours after she was reporting missing, Cobb County officials told the Sun that they were later notified that Kelly has returned. She is with family, but the investigation remains ongoing. Okay, right? Her daughter on CBS 46, this is a TV show, also confirmed that, CBS 46, this is a local news channel. Go to their Twitter, go to their Insta feed, the video's up there, has also confirmed that her mother is not missing. Also confirmed. As far as why her sister died, you might be wondering, her sister did pass away in 2014. It was tragic. The cause of death remains unclear. Yeah. This is the odd thing. Family members explained they were in touch with Kelly while she was hospitalized in a week into August, with her children visiting several times. Again, let's decode this. Family members explained they were in touch with Kelly when she was hospitalized in August and her children visited several times. This family member is her sister. So her sister went on record to say that they explained that they were in touch with Kelly, so they never actually really went to see Kelly. Her sister never actually saw her, but her children did, right? Kelly presumably stayed in the hospital for 3 weeks, but according to her loved ones, they got a call that she had been discharged. This is her sister saying this. Who called her sister? That's a violation of HIPAA. The call was allegedly surprising to her family as they were under the impression she was still not fully healthy. Again, they were under the impression, but did they actually see her to actually gaze that? Again, it was conversations on the phone, and this was conversations her sister was having. Her sister claimed Kelly has not been heard from since, and they even told law enforcement that her fiance, who was widely been reported to be her boyfriend, is allegedly keeping friends and family from visiting the home. You guys, if this is her sister saying this. Kelly and her sister were so not close that she didn't even know that the man she thought was her fiance was actually her husband. They didn't know that they got married. Now, and again, Kelly could be close to her sister, and she could be keeping this as a sister thing, right? But we need to actually think, right? We need to actually think what's happened. We're taking someone's word that's doing all these media things, then saying they want privacy, but then dropping their album and using this for publicity. And I don't care what anybody says. Oh, well, it could have been preset. Maybe she forgot. As soon as I put my notification went up, oh my God, my album's coming out, I would have definitely pulled it down. Forget about this, but this, I would imagine, listen, I never stop anybody from making $1, but I would imagine this will be one of the few times when there is not anything else important, not eating, not sleeping, not having fun, not kikiing, not working. Nothing is more important than finding your missing loved one that you feel like is really in danger, right? It is all just a mess. Now, let's just do this. There's a little bit more information. Oh, let me drop the call-in link. Sorry, guys. Let me drop the link. I did say that once we did this, I would drop the call-in link. Here is the call-in link. If anybody wants to call in and actually share their views, right? Listen, laughs, guys. Listen, here's the thing. I agree. It means that the husband doesn't mean that they were close. The husband, could Funky Geneva? What's going on with Funky Geneva? I didn't hear that. Oh, has Funky Geneva also covered this? If Funky Geneva has covered this, please go watch his commentary. The Larry Reid Show, Funky Geneva, Layla Alin, love their channels. I know Larry Reid from Instagram. I just became acquainted for him, but I've been doing a deep dive into his, well, as much as I can because I've been doing other stuff. But his content is amazing. Layla, tells it all. Her content is amazing. I grew up, what am I saying? I grew up, like she's been on since I've been a kid. But when I even decided to first start coming into YouTube, I started watching her show. I have great respect for her. And of course, Funky Deneva, Nessa girl. Everybody knows who Funky Deneva is. Great respect for all of them. If they do have stuff up, like you guys are telling me, please, hey, Dr. 913, please go check out their content and actually see what they're saying, okay? The Cobb County Police for the ones, whatever's going on, Kelly's wellness check happened in Cobb County. The wellness check happened, and Kelly's place of residence is Cobb County. That's what everybody's saying, and the loved ones are agreeing, right? Now listen, here's the thing. I agree we don't know, but here's the thing, you guys, take a step back. I agree with you guys. I don't know the sister's relationship to Kelly. I'm not casting judgment on her. What I am doing is putting out what's happened so we can make an informed opinion. Now, on the other hand, of course, let's look at this from the sister's point of view. If you look at this from the frame of Kelly is actually in a very dangerous situation, then it makes sense that she does not want to contact the sister because she is ashamed at best, or at the very worst, somebody is really holding her sister against her, at worst. They're holding her, let's just use the word, they're holding her maybe against her will. Maybe they're keeping her in a situation where she can't fully explain what she wants. It could be a lot of things, right? What's going on? Please, Lord. Oh, did he shame her? Oh, I didn't know that. I can't speak on that. Wait, who said that? He said, you all, who said that? Who body shamed her? Did he? Oh my God. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Okay, you guys, let me stay out of these YouTube streets. Sorry, let me put my jacket on. Everything's just out. Sorry, guys. You didn't come for that show. Let me stay out of these YouTube streets. That's why I don't get involved in YouTube. There's always so much stuff going on. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's Laugh, Gossip, and Giggles. Let's bring her in. Hey, Laugh, Gossip, and Giggles. What's going on, Mama?
Hey, thank you for having me. So I agree with you.
We can't hear you.
Oh.
Is your mic muted?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Laugh, Gossips, and Giggles?
Laugh, gags, and gossip.
No?
I'm not muted.
What's going on? Hold on. Let me...
We
can't hear you. Hold on.
I'm not muted. Okay.
Can you guys hear her? So we're doing Laugh, Gossips, and Giggles. Do me a favor. Let me try this. Try talking. What about now? Okay, the mic's muted. Now it's unmuted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. You can hear her? Hold on really quick. Hold on. I can't. 1 second, Mama. Say something.
Hey.
Okay. Hi, Mama. I'm sorry about that. Now I can hear you. What's going on?
No worries. So I want to say thank you for having me. I love your show. I watch it. Love everything you do about Portia. But what I want to say, so I've been covering this story too on my channel. And the first thing I noticed is that at first I was going down the path that this is odd, Kelly is missing and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Then we find out that she's actually married. So that changes the whole everything. So it's not just a boyfriend. It's kind of odd that the family is not referring to him as her husband. So that's crazy. So I go to the sister's IG page after I've seen her do, several interviews, Larry Reid, BNC. She's promoting her album or this EP. So yes. If you're so distressed and distraught about your sister missing the last 48 hours on your IG, you're promoting music. I didn't even see anything posted on her IG. Now I did see stuff on Nikki Gilbert, Mia X, but that's odd. Like, it's like you there's this whole thing about Kelly Price missing when you are doing a music release. That's very odd.
I agree with you. I just want to take a moment to say for laughs, gags, and gossip.
Yeah, you can just say
Laughs,
LGB.
gags, and gossip, you guys. Obviously, I'm going to subscribe to your channel. I already like the way your mind works. You guys go on and check out her YouTube channel.
Thank
We
you.
need to support each other. I
Yeah.
like the way your mind works already. You know what? You know what? DM me if you can remember. DM me on Instagram. Maybe we can actually do something
Girl,
or other.
DM you my ass. Listen, I've already got tarot readings from you. I love you.
Oh, wait, your laugh, gags, and giggles on my tarot
Laugh,
line?
gags, and gossip.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
will
no,
DM
but
you though. Yes.
yes, well then girl, if you
Okay.
got tarot readings and let me put some juju on you, hit me on the DM. Like, oh.
Okay.
But I do want to say, listen, you bring up a very, very important point for you guys just joining us. She brought up the point that at first she was like, what's going on? What's going on? Because it seemed very odd. Then she, did what I did, start digging, right? And you found out, go ahead and tell everybody again what you discovered about the sister on her IG page.
Yeah, so I saw the sister doing all these interviews about the fact that Kelly was missing. However, when I went to her IG page, the last 48 hours, she's promoting an EP. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that into music, but she's promoting new music. I don't see a post about Kelly Price missing. If you're so distraught about your sister, when are you posting stuff about your new music? That would be the last thing on my mind. It's like you're concerned about your music, like you are driving traffic to your IG page,
Mhm.
your IG story. So I just so once I saw that, I didn't want to say it because I knew a lot of people would say, "Oh, you're just being that you just have the wrong mentality." But that's very odd, you know.
This is the thing I've noticed about groupthink. And listen, I'm not talking down anyone because of course I've probably been part of groupthink before, but it is the whole point of not casting judgment, but just having the analytical skills to say this is odd. It's
Right.
odd. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean that everything the system's not saying isn't true. But it's odd because, again, like me, and everybody grieves differently and handles stress differently. But to go over to the Instagram and you're not putting facts up, you're not doing this, but you're trying to promote your EP because you're getting it's odd. It's odd. Now, listen, let me ask you a few questions, right?
Uh-huh.
Because the Daily Mail and the Daily Mail, they're whatever, but they are one of the biggest newspapers. And I will say they usually have their stuff right. Said that her sister, right, said that her family hadn't seen Kelly in over a month following her discharge. What do you think about the discrepancy between what her sister, and here's the thing, her daughter went on CBS 46 live and actually said, okay, no, my mom's fine. This is like whatever. Her sister's been running all over YouTube trying to get the word out, right? And I find it odd that the channels that the sister's on, now there's rumors starting that the sister might have the daughter might have some type of drug use, right?
Yeah.
But what do you say about the sister saying that she hasn't seen her in well over a month? Because even if you look at the language on the wellness report, the children were the ones going to visit her. But this family member, which I'm assuming is the sister, had been in contact over the phone. So that means her sister didn't even go visit her. And again, maybe they live too far away. But what do you think about that? That the sister hasn't seen her in well over a month, but waited a week until they did a wellness check.
Again, I mean, like initially, I just thought, okay, Kelly's missing. But when I go to this, the sister is the one that's making all of these allegations, right? I mean, we're hearing that the kids have been in touch with her. Mia X. I did say that Nikki Gilbert had said she's missing, but Nikki Gilbert is a friend. She's not necessarily family, so she doesn't have to be in on everything.
And
But
we all have friends where I have
exactly.
really good friends where I might talk to them once every 2 months and they're great friends. And I have friends that maybe talk to me every single day, so it depends. It depends. They're both good friends, but one, so.
So initially, I was thinking something nefarious had happened because we're on the heels of this Gabby Petito case, right? And so with her going on to
I'm sorry not to interrupt you. Ray Day's Beauty, I see you waiting to come on the chat. I'm just gonna let laugh, gags, and gossip stay with me, but I want you to finish your point, and then we'll bring you on in a second, Ray Days. Okay, so go on.
okay. So on the heels of the Gabby Petito case, it's alleged that the boyfriend was, making these posts and everything, and that Gabby was missing.
Mhm.
However, in this instance, like there was something on Kelly's IG today, right? She posted something, and I thought that was odd. Your account has been dormant for weeks, and all of a sudden you make a post. Well, why wouldn't the husband or somebody be able to just show us a picture or something, even if it's not just for the family, not us. We are irrelevant at this point, but do enough to appease the family or people close to the case.
But who's the family? This is my question.
Yeah,
Because the daughter seems satisfied.
okay, and I agree with you. But if you look at the rabbit hole, when we're talking about money and all sorts of things like this,
True.
sometimes there can be a concerted effort to make things appear.
Okay, I'll give you that because that's what's going on with Britney Spears right now, right? So you're right. Money makes
Yeah.
people act funny. That's a really good point. But what would you say to the point of what picture do we want? Do you think it's plausible that she's ashamed to show herself? Do you think it's plausible that she is literally fighting for her life? So she's not really concerned about what we think? But see,
Well,
we're concerned. We're acting like she's being held hostage in a room. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying it's
no,
not right.
I agree with you. I think that she's actually, I believe she's alive. Now, her well being and her health, I think that's questionable. Now, there's some new allegations about this. I don't know. Did you hear anything about the opioid addiction or the?
Listen, I'm actually not going to speak on that because I find it, listen, when when people come in and say things like that, and it's not that I don't I'm not saying it's not true. I'm
Right.
just saying that gossip seems to spiral. And up until this point, I've never heard of her having an opioid addiction. I've never heard of her having.
Well, have you heard about in recent months? And these are all allegations, but you did hear about her missing performances and being accused of taking money from promoters and not showing up. That's been
Well,
happening last
I
year.
can see that happening. But the thing is, this is very, very unfortunate, but also missing performances. Her mom just died. She's dealing with a very, very hard grief. I imagine some days are better. As far as taking money for promoters, Kelly Price has a professional reputation. Promoters, whenever I hear a promoter, it's two, and I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Right, right,
It's
absolutely.
always two sides to everything whenever I hear anything about promoters. And honestly, I believe for anyone to lose a parent or a child or a sibling, a year is minimum for recovery. If she has
So,
been missing, she could be in the throes of grief.
so I said that in your chat. I said that I think this marriage was done out of trauma bonding, right? Like she married this guy 1 month after losing her mom. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that if we look at all the variables, they're all adding up to that something nefarious or something bizarre is going on. Whether it's the drug allegations, the taking money, the death of her mom, all of these things would lead us to believe that she may not be in a great space. And with CV-19. So I'm just saying, I don't think that she's not alive, but I
Yeah.
do think that she's suffering and there's something going on. And I don't understand why her husband is not being more forthcoming. Well, maybe he is, maybe just not to that sister. I don't know. We don't
Well,
know.
I mean, I agree. This is the only thing I will say. So I'm just responding to a few people. Somebody said that the New York Times said she's being held hostage. I just Googled that. That is not true. I don't know what New York.
Right.
I literally just I have a subscription. I stay with a subscription to New York Times. Ray Days, we're about to bring you up. Sorry for the wait. I stay with the subscription to New
Right.
York Times. I just did a search. Kelly Price's name. She has not been held hostage.
Yeah.
Nothing is going on, and I checked all the other sites. Let's bring Ray Day and Ray Day's Beauty
Okay.
and also to the stream. Hang out with me. Let's see at Ray Day.
Hey, Ray Day.
Hello.
Hey,
Can
Ray
y'all
Day.
hear me? I'm well. So I actually stayed up last night really late and I listened to you, Tisa, actually. And so I woke up this morning and I was looking first thing for information on this. One of the things I want to say is that I have an autoimmune disease and I miss work sometimes when I get up and don't feel like just going because I have a significant disease that I may not live for the next 5 years. And so just know that something may be going on in her life that we don't know about. So to throw out there that she's missing shows, I mean, she may pay that money back. So we can't just suggest that she's missing shows, that we don't know that that's true. So I hate for us to throw that out there. So that's suspect. But
Yeah, and
number two,
I'm
when I
sorry.
watched Fox Soul, I was absolutely mortified. And Funky Dineva is definitely somebody that you watch for shock value. But he literally said it would take a U-Haul to haul her off. He said that you couldn't miss her in Atlanta, that she's so big that you can't hide her. It was mortified. It
I
was
can't believe he said these things.
he
Yeah,
went on
yeah.
he went on and on about her for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And Claudia, her face, all she did was make faces about it, got up and poured her another drink. And I thought, surely she is going to actually stop him at this point, because this is going to be the time that she actually makes a statement and tells him this is too far, that he has gone too far this time.
But
But she
he's the
didn't.
same person who said those comments about Beyonce about Blue being ugly and had to come back and apologize. So
He said
we
But
know
that.
that,
this is a missing
yeah,
woman at this point, and they
yeah,
really didn't know at this time, because they're reporting that she's found, but really they didn't know that when they went live. They
that's
really
horrible.
didn't know that. They were saying that she was found,
Wow.
but at this point they didn't know that for fact. And Al Reynolds was laughing at his jokes that were disgusting. Claudia finally sat down, and all they said to him was they scolded him and called them their bad child. That was her response to this situation. I have literally been on Twitter all day retweeting this, commenting at Fox Soul. They're deleting my comments. I think they might have even hid them. And I
Mhm.
have put it on Facebook. I have put it on Twitter. Other people are tweeting it, but I believe that they're like removing our comments. This was literally disgusting. And some of the ones they're leaving are about other stuff. But it was so gross that I felt sick. And I have been trying to tag other people. And I'm really kind of sick that other influencers and women are not talking about her being missing more than, is this a scam? Who cares? Who really gives a damn if it's a scam? Because what if she is dead? What if she is missing? What if he is at home beating her?
Yeah,
You know what? So if she is at home being harmed, then what about that? Because are you not going to feel bad if something happens to this woman and
Yeah.
you were sitting there talking about how big she was, or if it took a U-Haul to move her off? And then Tasha K, I turn on and she's talking about what if she has an opioid addiction? That ain't none of your damn business.
Yeah, I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't want to get into YouTube drama because, but
But
right.
that's,
to your
she should be
point,
talking about, let's help find her, and
yeah,
and then
to
worry
your
about the
point,
drama later. Let's help
yeah.
That's a
find
good
this woman
point. Yeah,
first.
No, I
that's a good
agree
point.
with you. I did even when I started talking about this because
I was
again,
very
I
proud of
feel
you, because you are out here pushing, where is she, instead of this is her
yeah.
problems. You are
But
out here
I saw
at midnight
people.
last night.
No, but I saw people in my comments swarming like, "Oh, you took this story for this and that," and I was like, "This isn't anybody's story. Like, can we focus, people? Can
Right.
we focus?" And I
I
agree
was
with
very
you guys.
impressed.
Yeah, this isn't the time to, and you guys know I love dragging someone. It's my favorite sport.
You weren't
However, it's
dragging.
like this is not the time for jokes. It's not the time for whatever. To you guys both point, and I am playing devil's advocate, partly because I want her to be well so much. Like I really do. It's been stressing me out like all day. And I'm not making it about me, but that's how much it's been weighing heavy on me, that I'm playing devil's advocate, but also to the whole point of what is going on in the situation. Because between her sister promoting, between her husband not letting us see what it is, between the daughter hasn't really said much. And I'm wondering why the family is all being so quiet. And this is the one thing where I'm like, maybe the sister does have a point, because if I had a wayward aunt saying that my mom was missing and I knew my mom was well, right? And she was with my dad, no less, I would literally be like, we don't know her. She needs, I would literally be on TV with the camera. I don't know why she's saying this. She does not speak for the family, my mom as well. But it's like the sister made one statement, and then the daughter made one statement on TV. And then she went quiet. And like you said, what would it cost the husband to either one, say something about Kelly himself, right? Or
Absolutely.
two, have Kelly say something, which leads me to believe that we're thinking it's all these nefarious things. And maybe it's something as simple as like, is Kelly conscious? Is she on a ventilator? I know there was that one person that put up that stuff on Insta that Larry Reid retweeted. I'm sorry, that he not retweeted, that he showed. But again, that guy, or whoever it was, disabled their account. So it could have just been, people are sick. Sometimes people insert themselves in this type of stuff, right? So it could have been as simple as that. But again, it's like maybe she's not conscious. Maybe she's close to death, and maybe everybody's just focusing. And I don't even want to say that. Let me take that back. I don't
So
know if
Tisa, but let me just say this. I am talking to you behind this little picture. You don't know where I'm located. I'm not disclosing my location. I'm just saying, if there's such a public outcry to know that she's safe, how come the husband can't do Skype or something, or just, you don't even have to disclose the location, but let people know that she's safe, because now it's just like a national outcry, Is she okay?
She may not be able to, but I just had COVID and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I mean, and that's just the truth. Some days I couldn't get out of bed.
Really? It was that bad for you, huh?
Yes, and I'm still suffering. I just had to go and get medication because of the antibiotics that messed up my stomach so severely.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so COVID, she could be sick, she could be whatever, but I see what you're saying to both of your point. There is such a national outcry about this that honestly, people actually should, right? People actually should be worried, because what would it cost? Again, the sister might not be involved. It is weird what she's doing. But again, when you look at what the husband can do to alleviate all this stuff with just a snap of the fingers, it really makes you wonder, why are you not doing it?
And how do we know that she's turned on her TV? If she has COVID, how do we know she's turned on her TV?
This is true. Laugh gags. What were you trying to say, sweetie?
So I just wanted to make a point. If you guys can go back to maybe 4 years ago, and I'm bringing up another celebrity, but do you remember Bobby Christina when she was in all that turmoil with that boyfriend? I do. There was one aunt, I forget her name. She was so vocal, Leola Brown, I think Bobby Brown's sister. She was the one person saying, we need to get Bobby Christina help. Something's going to happen. Everybody said, oh, she's crazy. She's the one sister being a loudmouth. And sure enough, in the end, she was correct. Something happened. So we can't just discount. I mean, I'm side-eyeing the sister because you're talking about your music, but still there is something going on.
I agree with you. When I say I'm side-eyeing the sister, it's just the fact that everybody to me is moving funny in this situation. And when everybody is moving funny, it really kind of makes me feel like I wind it back and I'm like, okay, so everybody's kind of like making sure they have something to gain. Everybody's doing this. Everyone's moving funny. How much support do you really have? Are these the people that you would actually reach out to? Do you trust people? A good question might be, she got married in November of 2020, still kept it secret up until this day. We just found out she only just started calling him a fiance. Does she feel safe with him? How do we even know they're together? How do we know that they're together? She could literally think about it. They just got a case was closed September 1st about him stalking a woman that wasn't Kelly, his wife, and a restraining order. So honestly, she's been in, she's had COVID since August, and she's been in the hospital. Well, she's had COVID maybe a little longer, but she's been in the hospital since August. So how do we even know? Remember when they did the wellness check? And the husband let them in. They searched the whole place. They didn't find anything for foul play. But one thing we haven't considered is maybe she wasn't messing with the husband like that. Maybe she wasn't staying with them. Maybe he's too embarrassed to say that because maybe he doesn't want to let that money go. If he says we're not together, maybe she might divorce him. Maybe he is trying to save it for a paycheck. These are just things that I am actually thinking. And especially considering the court case was going on. He had to make an appearance while she was actually sick with COVID. So they're not actually together, but the husband doesn't want to come out and say that. He doesn't want to do this. He can't speak for Kelly because he'd be a damn liar. So he's just staying quiet. it is odd that everybody's now starting this thing about he did something to Kelly, because now it's like, okay, it doesn't matter whether you guys are together or not. You need to say something for your own protection, right? And to the point, all right, Suji said this is just like a whodunit, right? It sounds like multiple people in her circle are trash. Like, exactly, what really is the truth? Who else? I saw Dorit and 19.
Have you heard that the husband hired the lawyer?
No, really?
Yes, that's what I heard. And I
So
can't
there you
remember
go.
where I saw that, but I heard that, and it was in an article. It wasn't like on a Twitter or anything like that. It was in an article.
You heard that in an article. Now, here's the thing. Let me get to this article. I have some questions.
Yeah, it was being reported that the husband hired the attorney.
Okay, and ladies, think about this.
Kelly
Price is worth
Who
some
said
millions.
that?
I don't.
Kempire.
Kempire.
I don't
That
think it was an
hasn't been
article.
I'm looking right now. It's been not confirmed that the husband hired the lawyer. This is Kelly Price's lawyer. She's been her lawyer.
I believe it was Kempire it wasn't an article. I believe it was Kempire that reported that.
Did he report it or did he just hear it?
Yeah, I believe he reported that.
No. But
so
did he
hear
it from one of his callers, or did he actually like cite like a source?
I think he might have cited that. I think maybe that he reported that.
Okay, let's see.
But there is motive in this case for her to be missing, which is money. There's insurance. There's a lot of things that could be at stake here.
There's a lot that could be safe. There could be a lot, but here's the thing. To actually be taken off of the missing persons list, it takes more than just your attorney calling in. It takes the police actually setting eyes on you, or you coming in and identifying yourself to the police. The fact that the police, here's what happened. The wellness report came. She wasn't at that house. She was then put on the missing persons list because they went and looked for her. They didn't find any evidence of foul play at the house, right? They went and looked for her. The detectives said, okay, we don't see any foul play, but we're going to put her on the missing persons list because out of this, that, and the third. They then said that they were in contact with loved ones, not family, but they said loved ones, right? And Kelly was taken off of the missing persons list 3 hours after the wellness check. So by law, they would have had to see Kelly. They would have had to see Kelly.
Tisa, look what happened to Gabby Petito. They have footage of her crying in a van. They have footage of her, and they have reports that she was being hit by Brian Laundrie. And then what do we see later? So
okay, this is true.
Oftentimes they miss critical points. They miss things. I mean, I don't know. Do we have facts that a police or an authoritative figure laid eyes on Kelly, or did they just?
No, that's what you have to do to actually get something taken out of the missing persons registry. They even have to write a report as what happened. And get this, you have to show ID too. They don't just take your word. They want you to show ID, because I could come and be like, hey, I'm laughs, gaffs, and gossip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they literally, Beauty, hold on a second. Let's see what Beauty B is talking about. Carolee is very close to her son. You know this personally. Beauty B, would you like to come in and chat a little bit? You can keep the video on. You seem to know a lot about, there's a chat stream. You seem to know a lot about, you said, nope. According to her sister, she is still reported missing. That's not true. It's not. But then again, what do I know? Let me stop acting like I know more than what her is going on. I'm like, no, that can't be true. Then I'm like, wait a second. Maybe your sister knows something I don't, most likely. Beauty B, what else are you saying?
I think her sister is saying that until she lays eyes on her, she's still missing.
Beauty B said yes to send at social media, but he hasn't posted in his IG since November. Wu Chow said, but I thought the police go to the house. No one answered the door. Sure, the husband opened the door. Yeah, this is the misinformation that has been Austin, tell that to Carol Baskins. I'm gonna hurt you. This is a serious discussion, y'all. Okay, so Beauty B said, let's see. Oh, you're in the hospital. Okay, Beauty B, I got you, babe. Got you, got you, got you. Now here's the thing. Oh, her daughter did not speak to her. How do you know this? Please tell us how to know. I'm genuinely interested. I'm not challenging you. How do you know?
Definitely curious.
Yeah. So Beauty Bee right now, for everybody that's on the live chat, isn't looking. She says that she knows this personally. She has a close relationship to Kelly. She knows the family dynamics, and she says that Kelly is very close to her son. Her son has not posted, and she's saying her daughter did not speak to her.
That would be an interesting time frame because that would be when she got married.
It would.
Wow.
It would. It
Yeah.
would. It would. This is actually very interesting. Now, I am saying that. Let's look at why we're waiting for Beauty Bee to respond. Yeah, Beauty Bee, tell us, how do you know that her daughter did not speak to her? If you could give us a little bit more detail. Beauty Bee is actually texting. And in the meantime, I'm going to be going through a few articles. Here's a link for anybody that wants to actually join in, or if you have any comments, or if you have any information you'd like to share. You guys, don't be shy. You can go audio. Don't worry, I'm a loudmouth. If you feel like you don't have anything to say, I'll add the words into it. It is fine. But seriously, you guys, feel comfortable to come up. This is a family. I'm not going to let anybody drag you, get disrespectful, and everybody does want to hear what you say. So just putting it out there, right? Let's see what the Daily Mail is actually saying. They've actually updated this thing, right? Sorry, guys. Hold on. Who is this? McBride 73. Let's add to the stream. Hi, McBride. How are you, babe?
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing there?
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. Just sitting here today. I got some evidence on the Gabby, the Petito. They said that there was the guy making the balloon animals in Toronto. He's going to come down and he's going to give the interview.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The mom finally came forward and said, in Toronto, we make the best balloon animals and you're going to come down. And they said that they're going to give the interview because of the van. The van had a flat tire on the Thursday.
Really?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. So when was this information released?
This was just yesterday. It was on CNN that I saw it, and then they just blacked out, and then it went straight to the commercials because they don't know if it was a TikToker that said so. Garbage bags.
Really? Okay, so what are the police now surmising? Like, what are they surmising happened actually in the case then with this?
Well, when they were in the front yard, they were interviewing the Chihuahua that went away, and then it came back. And then when they went up to Toronto, I don't even know what they were doing up there, but then they came back down for the interview.
Got you. I mean, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's actually really good information. And actually, it's good to know that they are making progress in that case, because what happened to that young woman was absolutely horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And I do hope that she is brought to justice in a while. Let me just actually see what Busy Bee is saying. You do, see, Ray, you 100% have to show ID to take a person off a missing person. When I say ID, you 100% do, because they have to confirm it's you. To actually, you guys, it's laughable to suggest otherwise, right? If the loved one says the person is found, they don't believe it, because here's the thing with missing people. You realize sometimes it's the family that got rid of them, right? I don't mean the thing, but this is something that happens a lot. Parents will report a small child missing, and then they'll be like, no problem, the kid's back, never mind. It's happened so many times. The police must, by law, go and lay eyes on that person and find some way of verifying that ID. You could even take another little kid and be like, hey, guess what? This is my daughter. They're going to verify that with the kindergarten teacher, with the best friend. They're going to verify it with people outside of you. You 100% to be taken off a missing persons list, you must lay eyes on that person. Now, the police might say, okay, that's great, and hang up the phone, but they're going to take a trip to your residence in the next day or two. I 100% guarantee you that. And you guys can Google it now, and I stand firm on that, right? It's not when the loved one says they're found. After the loved one says they're found, the police do a wellness check, and they literally cooperate with this person, because again, a lot of parents said a child was missing, and then they said never mind, and then nobody's seen the child for months. All right, so let's see what Beauty says. Beauty says, I knew Kelly and have a couple of mutual friends with her, but I know Jeff more. It's just, Wu Child wants to know if Jeff is concerned.
Oh, I'm sure he's concerned. That's the mother of his children.
But Tanya brings a good point. He said, what would her daughter have to gain from lying about her mother's whereabouts? Beauty B said, yes, Jeff is concerned. That's his mama. They're very close. So that's the son. Okay, he's a junior. Got you. So then why did the daughter do CPS? Can I ask you a question, Beauty B? How often did you talk to Kelly? And how often did Jeff talk to Kelly? C. Ray, I don't know what experience you have. You need to file a misconduct with the police. I am telling you, it's a personal experience. I understand that. I'm not taking away your personal experience. I am telling you that, okay. So anyway, I'm trying to tell you that the police cannot take somebody off a missing persons list without filing a police report that they saw the person. Go and check to see if they filed a false police report.
So Tisa, I don't know much about what you're saying, but I am in cybersecurity, and the basic, at the very basics of my job is we have to identify you are who you say you are, and there's certain procedures we have to follow, and that's only for account access. So yes. I would imagine what you're saying, that in terms of health sciences and identifying people, that they would have to have some kind of protocol and procedure to identify a person. So that makes sense.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what really is going on here, but let's look at both sides. Like if she's missing, if she's not.
Wait, I'm sorry. So C. Ray, what AG office do you work for? What state are you in? So C. Ray's telling us that in their state, what state do you work for, C. Ray?
I can't see their comment.
So sorry, C. Ray said, I work for the IG office. I assume she means the AG office. It's just a typo. What, unless it's the Inspector General? No, it has to be the Attorney General.
Attorney General, yeah.
Yeah, Inspector General doesn't deal with missing people. So what state do you work in? There is no federal aid. Okay, what's, you work federal, but federal is still in the states. What state federal do you work in? So there's state level and it's federal level. Just how California federal court, California state court. There's a federal bureau for each state and one that goes over the whole country. What state do you work at?
This is just a sad situation.
Yeah. Yeah, C. Ray will tell us what state, because I am actually interested. I'll Google it right now. I am versed in the law, and I'm well versed in the law, and I'm well versed in state law and also federal law when it comes to missing persons and law enforcement, right? Yeah. Well,
there's a very in-depth documentary on Kelly Price.
Okay, so go on. What's the documentary?
There's like a 4-part documentary on Kelly Price. There's a documentary on several musicians, and I actually watched this not too long ago on Kelly Price. So I find it very hard to believe that she would fake herself missing.
Yeah.
I actually watched her documentary not too long ago.
I find that very hard to believe too. So let's look at Beauty B's talking and get your comments on it. So Beauty B said no. He thought that so somebody asked, right, did her name, let's go up to Beauty B's comments, right? Okay. Beauty B says she knows Jeff more. She says that as far as Jeff is concerned, right? Hey, Beauty B, do you mind also DMing me on Insta? I'd love to have a talk with you, see if you can actually come on and share your experience. At the very least, give me a little bit more information. I know you're typing and it's hard to get everything out that you want, and you're doing the best you can, but it'd be great to either text with you, talk with you, or whatever over DM me, and I'll send you my number. So Beauty B, you say, hell yeah, Jeff is concerned. That's his mama. They're close. Jeff is the son. Beauty said, somebody said, so he says she's missing too. Beauty B says he tried to do another welfare check, was not allowed entry. Did he do it? Did he try to do a welfare check by himself, or did he call the police to actually do it with them? Because a lot of people don't realize you can actually tag along on welfare checks as long as you stay in the back. Some states let you. No, I think most states let you do that. Beauty says yes. Wouldn't even let Jeff get past the gate. But Jonia, her daughter, got past the gate but was not allowed entry to the house. Okay, so then something is wrong if this is true. So if that's the case, why do you think the daughter said that her mom was fine? Beauty B said, no, he thought that was still her fiance. As far as I know, they just saw the marriage today. Beauty B said she did not say that. I'm just telling you what her sister said and other mutual friends, right? Her daughter said the publicist called her, apparently never heard from her mom herself. Beauty B said the daughter did not say that, right? Let's see. Beauty B said, okay, so Jonia has a little substance abuse issue. I don't know about the CBS stuff. From what I was told, her son, daughter, nor sister have actually seen her. Who told you that, though? From what you were told? Did this daughter tell you that she never laid eyes? Or who told you that the son, daughter, and sister haven't actually seen her? I'm just interested to know. Oh, look at this. Beauty B is saying that, and you guys, this is all speculation. Do not look at this as fact. I'm not saying anything against you, Beauty B, but I just want everybody to understand that I'm not saying this was reported. Neither is Beauty B. She is speaking about her own personal knowledge that we are very interested in. So let's
Yes.
Beauty B. So Beauty B said Kelly hasn't really been able to speak to many people outside of her husband. Beauty B said he took her phone at one point in January. What? Oh, wow.
Larry Reed did report that. Larry Reed talked about that.
Yeah, but why isn't this being reported, though? Kelly would not remarry without a prenup. She was previously married for 25 years. I know she would never just randomly get married.
That was definitely
that makes
in the
sense,
documentary.
right?
Yeah.
That would make sense. Hold on really quick.
So Larry Reed did mention her phone being missing and said that the husband, we thought it was the boyfriend, but that he had taken her phone, and it was kind of curious because she was in California and was saying that her phone kept coming up missing. Right? Really? Yeah. If you look at the whole interview, yes, he does say that, but we don't know that to be fact. I mean, this is still hearsay.
Okay, so Beauty B goes on to say that she's not sure how he took her phone. She didn't ask. Beauty B said, I have no idea. Dolores said, remember, this is Hollywood. Dolores, I heard you. So then Almond Joy said, if you have to secretly marry someone, that's a red flag. I don't know, you guys secretly married. Is that a red flag? Okay, moving on. We also have, it's a mutual friend. You don't want to put their name out of it. Okay, so this is third-hand information, which is fine. It's not to discredit it, right? Not to discredit it, but it is third-hand information, just so everybody's clear. But you seem very, very, you seem like you know what you're doing. Let's see. Oh, you said he's very, very controlling. Let's see. Larry reported today on his live. He said the sister said she would call from different numbers all the time. All right, that changes things. That definitely changes everything. To me, honestly, in my opinion, I'm saying Missy Garcia says, what's also interesting to me is the timeline of when Carrie married. Time till no marriage is running out. Yes, so my IG, here's my IG. It is, I'm going to put it in, hold on, at Tattle Tells. 2 S's.
Tisa, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I've seen the sister speak. Did you actually see the daughter speak and say that she's talked to them?
She was on CBS 46. She did an actual live thing, which is why I thought. Now, I will say, in light of the Britney documentary, I tend to believe the daughter. But in light of the Britney documentary, money makes people act funny, right? And there is that one thing that you brought up, Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Make sure you follow her on YouTube. There is one thing that you brought up that was very interesting, and it's true. And I think you touched on it too, Ray Day. How at this point, now that shit's starting to get out of control, rumors are starting to swirl. Why has the husband not shown his face and said, listen, you guys, I know there's a lot of bullshit. Can you guys stop? Like, even if Kelly's sick, or in the dog, I would get on and be like, listen, I know there's a lot of bullshit. I know there's a lot of things, but can you guys stop? She is not well. Can you just please play for her? This is not the time. When she's well, she can come out and clap hands with y'all. But right now, can you stop this dumb shit? That's what that could have done, right? He has gone silent. Why? And the silence is turning into being deafening. So on that point, even when I play devil's advocate, I cannot find a way to explain away the fact as to why the silence has been deafening. On one hand, you have the sister who on her Instagram claims to so worried about her sister, but she's promoting her album on her Instagram feed instead of this. On the other hand, you have a husband that everybody is just like, you did it. Check the basement. Something's going on. And like, like, are you going to say something?
I
You know,
want
this
to
is
look
not
up
the
the name
time
of
to
this
ignore that.
the person that did this documentary on Kelly Price, because she sang with her sisters. She was close to her family. She wasn't estranged from her family. She was close to her family. So, and they talk, all this loss and talking about how she lost her sister, and it was her grandmother that she lost recently. I think not her mom, or was it her mom?
I think it was her granddaughter. I'm sorry, her grandmother passed away recently in 2021. Both grandparents and her mom passed away in 2020. But just not to interrupt, but Courtney's cooking scandals. I said, I live in New Orleans and know Mia X, and she said she talked to Carly herself. What about that? Thank you, Frank. What about that? About everybody, Frank said that hair is gorgeous. Thank you, Frank. Moving on. So Courtney said, yeah. So what about this? What about Mia X actually talking to her?
I read Mia X. I went to Mia X. I went to her IG page and she made a statement. She didn't say when though. She did say I spoke with her and she's fine, but she didn't give a timeline. So that was ambiguous to me. I mean, I could have talked to somebody 3 weeks ago. What does that mean?
Yes.
If we're talking
This
about
is true. So Keto wants to know, did the police go inside when they did the welfare check? So Subi is saying that there was a second welfare check done. I don't think the police were present at that one. I think it was just her son and daughter doing it. However, Keita, the first wellness check, Kelly was not home, but the police entered and they searched the whole place. They did a thorough search. They said they found no evidence of foul play. That's how Kelly actually wound up on the missing persons thing. So what happened is the sister called for a wellness check. They showed up. The guy was like, Kelly's not, her husband was like, assuming it's him, Kelly's not here. They're like, oh, do you mind if we go and look around? He said, go ahead. They searched the whole house up and down, right? After they left, they put her on the missing persons list because if you don't show up on a wellness check, you go on the missing persons list. 3 hours after that, the police not only talked to the lawyer, but they actually said that she is with loved ones. However, they said that she is with loved ones right now. They can confirm. And by confirming, they actually laid eyes on her. We assume that's what it means. However, they said there's an ongoing investigation. And this is where we get to the meat of what's going on. What happened with Kelly? What happened to Kelly? What are they investigating? Now that she's been found, what are they investigating? Was she mistreated?
Right.
Was she neglected? Was she ill? What are they ongoing? Was there some type of, listen, and this is another thing. This is another devil's advocate. Maybe he was being abusive and controlling and holding her. When the police came, he got nervous, right? She went to go stay with, because they keep saying that she's with loved ones. She went to go stay with loved ones. And now the police are doing an ongoing investigation because maybe he was doing something to her. And again, I don't want to start any mess because I don't want people saying, oh my God, he did it. And this guy afraid to show his face. But then again, what is he worried about? Because he's not showing his face now. So you know what I'm saying, right?
But you made a critical point. What is the ongoing investigation?
Yeah.
That means there's still something pending and not resolved.
Exactly. And the thing is, everybody keeps saying, oh, missing. If we can just get the legal definition of missing down. Missing means you could be alive, you could be deceased. Nobody knows where your body is, whether you're alive or deceased. That's missing. You can be knowing where somebody was, but still in danger. Do you see what I'm saying? Like someone taken hostage, if they know your whereabouts, you are not missing. You are just now in hostage. You could be kidnapped. If they know where you are no longer missing. You are now kidnapped because they know where the location of your body is, even if they can't get to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So with Kelly and them saying missing, everybody's focusing on missing and confusing that, in my opinion, with actually being safe. The ongoing investigation leads us to believe that there is something wherever she was untoward that the police look at as possibly criminal, which is why there is an ongoing investigation. What that criminal matter is, we will have to wait to see, but there is an ongoing investigation, and it's not a goddamn missing persons investigation. That's all I'm saying. You know,
you made a good point, and you clarified that missing means we don't know where you are in this universe, but that does not even, so we know that you are not missing. You're here on this earth, but you could still be in danger.
Exactly. And even if you are now in safe hands, right? We know where you are, you're in safe hands. Okay, fine. But now that ongoing investigation can go forward, but they can also go back and be like, okay, maybe something untoward happened in
Yes.
that time frame, and we're doing an investigation because a criminal act we suspect has occurred, and we're trying to gather evidence to actually ascertain that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that
That's
makes
what
sense.
I'm saying. And I think people are like getting so caught up in the word missing that they don't realize that Kelly could have been mistreated. Something could have happened. Maybe she did escape. Maybe she is being held against her will right now. But regardless, the police do think that there is something that could potentially be criminal, and they're investigating it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. And I think that yeah, so here's the thing, Tamisha, I'm sorry, Tashima, sorry about that. I'm dyslexic. I threw that S around, right? Tashima, I think that the husband Daryl had a domestic abuse charge while he was married to Kelly. But the disturbing part is the domestic abuse charge was not against Kelly. It was against another woman, a Miss Jill Jackson. A Miss Jill Jackson is who had got into a domestic altercation, and he got a restraining order put against him. Now, the case was closed, right? The case was closed. And I have not looked at the court papers aside from the filing documents, but a restraining order was filed, and it was not with his wife, which could explain why Kelly, even in March of 2021, did not want to admit that she was married to him. But if this was the case, it literally does draw the side eye, because a lot of times, and you guys know, we give husbands and wives a lot of power in our society, as we should. But when somebody has ill intentions, it literally does kind of put you in a bubble where they have all the control over you and they can keep you isolated. So, you know, there is that, right? Kelly would never not speak to her children. Here's the only thing, Beauty B. She's not in control of her social media. Well, you can tell that because whoever it is just put some dumb weak post up. I think they probably put a meme like, thank God it's Friday. And it's just like, we're supposed to believe this is Kelly Price. Like, it was just such a lame me. I think it was reposting someone saying that she spoke to her, right? But the easiest thing would have been her to do, and you know how Azalea, if you guys don't follow Azalea Banks on Instagram, you should. She's hilarious. Sometimes she does like little, she talks. She doesn't show her voice. It's dark, but you just hear her talking. Kelly could have just easily said, thank you so much for the support. I am well. I asked for privacy at this time, and it would have shut a lot of things down. So to me, it's like you might as well post it like a funny meme, you know, as opposed to that thing that's going on, right? Let's see.
And it seems so scripted because she, in that post that she reposted, it was like she's with her supportive partner. That's almost like an endorsement for the husband. Like, come on, we don't believe that.
Yeah, it seems like an endorsement where the easiest, it's like in the time it took you to post this little gram, you could have literally just been like, babe, say something. You know, I got you on speakerphone, say something to people. That's all he had to do. And to your point, to both of your points, the fact that he didn't, it really honestly said something about what's going on, you know? Yeah, Jill Jackson did say that he was stalking her, and she got a restraining order. This could be why Kelly was keeping it secret that she had married this man, because she realized it was a mistake, or she realized the family was going to be like, this isn't going on, right? Listen, hey, queen to you. I have been keeping crazy hours. I'm jet lagged, so y'all gonna see me at 1 a.m. moving forward, right? Jay Stone, you're right. Why is he assaulting any woman? Nobody said he's an angel, but there's a difference between assaulting someone and being accused of literally trying to somebody. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, Jay, you bring up good points, though. This goes to speak of this character. If we're going to talk about the sister promoting her album on Instagram, let's talk about this man who's supposed to be her husband, who is the next of kin and has control of her medically. And in some reports, according to Beauty Bee, is actually keeping her isolated, possibly maybe even mistreating her. Yeah, let's talk about why were you stalking a woman that wasn't your wife? Why was it so bad she had to get a restraining order on it? And it leads me to wonder, is the reason Kelly wasn't at his home is because
Some men think that they deserve their cake and can eat it too, you know?
Well,
a wife at home and another woman, and so
I agree, right? Okay, so here's the thing. This is interesting. So Vibrate Higher 36 brought up an interesting part. The name on the court docs is Daryl, not Daryl. I think that matters. That's a good point to actually confirm, is this the same person? Is this the same person? Another Daryl Crump? There could be another one. I mean, I don't know how common that name is, but there could actually be another one, and we could be associating. But again,
that's true.
This is true, but then it leads me also to believe, Vibrate Higher, that if you're accusing me of doing something and say I have this criminal record, for me to come through and be like, that's not me. You know,
she didn't want to share him with people. That was kind of shady. She didn't want to put him out there. You know, she was very quiet about him.
She was but I see why. He was stalking other women. She makes a good point. She said, well, if an attorney speaking on her behalf makes you think that she is fine because the attorney wouldn't implicate themselves. Exactly. Nobody wants to be kicked out of the bar. No one. And this is actually criminal. Forget about being kicked out of the bar. You can go to jail for this. This is some criminal shit, right? But good point. Is the attorney really attorney? I literally actually, that's a good point. Let me go search this.
No, but see, but the attorney may have just said she was safe based on a phone call, based on the husband's statement. We don't know what the attorney means, and the attorney may have made a statement.
Did he hire her?
That's not under penalty of perjury. So yeah, attorneys lie. Period. I was a legal secretary too, so yeah, they can make.
No, they lie, but this is a lie that's very, very easy to get found out, because if a body shows up, or she escapes, or she is in some type of peril, it's very, very easy for her to be like, I never spoke to you. You lied.
Was it his attorney or her attorney?
Well, but did the attorney say I spoke with her, or she said?
She said that she spoke with her. This is the statement the attorney gave.
Did she give a timeline though?
No, this is after she was reported missing. The attorney actually reached out to the police within 3 hours of her being reported missing and said she's not missing. She's spoken to her and that she's well. Now, here's what I do want to say, right? And I want everybody to hold hands. Hey, LaShawn, what's going on? What is going on, LaShawn? I don't know if he's a football player. Is he a football player? But here's the thing, right? I want to actually say that, and shout out to all my people that are my Tattle Tells. You guys, I have memberships. We're doing a member-only chat this month. We're maybe going to do 2. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But we're going to do a members-only chat very, very soon, probably like this week and coming up, maybe even during the week. It'll be fun. It'll be members only, and my membership is only $4.99. So if you guys want to support my channel, if you like me dragging people, but also doing a little investigative work, go on and support, because it really does give me the strength to keep pumping out videos and doing stuff and hearing that you like me. You know, like literally, like the support means a lot. It's only $4.99 a month. You can cancel whenever you want, and the link is on my page. Join from a laptop. I don't think you can join from an Apple iPhone. But how about this, you guys? Could it be that the reason nobody's come out, Kelly Price is 48, is she not? Right?
Yes.
Her husband, I'm assuming, is somewhere in that same age range, right? The sister looks even older. Could it be, and this is it, that everybody on YouTube is over-exaggerating their own importance? Because think about it. All the national papers and all the overseas papers are saying that she's safe. The fact that we on YouTube are saying, well, no, we need to see something, show us something. We're literally, there's 380 million people in America. There's only 441 people in this chat. Somebody sent me Larry Reed's chat. I think he had at that time 30K views, a lot. I would kill to have 30K views on this video. But in the course of 380 million people, what do 30K people on a Larry Reed podcast, no shade to Larry, let's just take his name out of it, on a Tattle Tells exclusive had to do with anything? They might not be saying anything because we're not on their radar. You know, you look at Portia, you look at Simon, you look at people at Jack, you can tell they're deep in the blogs, they're in YouTube, they're trying to see because the reality TV, well, she's a reality TV star. So she needs to know what the public is saying, and she uses Instagram, Twitter, all that as her barometer. But for people that are older, has it ever occurred they haven't said anything because they really don't know it's a problem? They don't know that they need to say anything. Like, has that occurred to anybody?
No. You know why, Tisa?
Why?
Because we have law enforcement involved. So the husband, the family.
But get this,
uh-huh.
law enforcement has said that they don't consider her a missing person anymore. There's an ongoing investigation, but with ongoing investigations, I'm sure the husband doesn't even know what that ongoing investigation is. So why would the husband come out and say anything?
They need to do a press conference.
Speak, but he doesn't know who we are. There's 440 people in this chat. I don't know how many people Tasha K got. Even if Tasha K got 200,000 people, even if Larry ends up getting 500,000 people.
But I'm a private citizen.
And they're not on YouTube. My sister's not on YouTube. My brothers aren't on YouTube.
Okay, but I'm a private citizen, so nobody really cares. She's a public figure. This has gotten out, so I would think that they would want to address it, not for YouTube's sake, because she's bigger than YouTube. She has.
But who besides YouTube is saying that she's missing? Because again, the police have closed the missing person report. Right?
Yes. Where is Faith Evans? Where are all these people who are her friends? They need to be doing a press conference. They need to be on Twitter. They need to be speaking out and doing a press conference.
Now, if they start speaking out and there's a press conference, fine. But I'm just saying, to your point, Last Gags, if the official thing is, all right, she's fine, nothing to see here, and they're quietly doing an additional investigation, but not on the missing, why would they come out and speak about it? On Twitter, and not even on Twitter, on YouTube, for some reason, there's these rumors going around that she is still filed as a missing person, where she is not. Now, is she safe? That remains to be seen. But missing, no, the police believe that they have. Is she healthy? Who knows? Has she been abused, neglected, held against her will? It's anybody's guess. But do you see what I'm saying? What do you say?
No, you're right. No, you're true. That's true. I get you.
Yeah. And listen, to the whole point of what Tasha K is actually referring, I did not see Tasha K. Tasha K has 1 million subscribers. Not trying to go in or disrespect Tasha K. I am saying, though, I don't know anything about the story about her actually being on drugs. I mean, honestly, even if she was on drugs, that still wouldn't stop her from speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? That's still, and especially if they said that she's on COVID, if she's nodding off on heroin or whatever she's like, they're alleging she's on. And no, I do not think she's on drugs. So please don't quote me. I'm making a joke right now. But if they're saying she's on heroin and she's nodding off, wouldn't it be easy when the head rolls back to put her in a bed and say she has COVID and just show her at least?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
We all saw Weekend at Bernie's. We all saw.
Right.
No, but all jokes aside, like, as long as, but again, this is the scary part. As long as she is alive, you can show proof of life, you know?
Yes.
As long as she's alive, right? Let's see, who says? See, oh my God. See, Ray, stop it. We're over that. It's sex because everything, yes, everything is speculation. And the thing is, this is a modern whodunit case. Everything is speculation because it's like a game of Clue where nobody has clean hands. Nobody looks like an angel. Everybody is moving really, really funny. So you're just like, what actually is the truth? Do you know what I'm saying?
Everybody has a motive, right? Everybody has a motive to kind of be in on it.
Everybody. And it is a rumor that her and her daughter are on pills. And oddly enough, this rumor sounds a lot like the Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina real life. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what? Let's ask somebody that actually knows. Beauty Bee. Where are you, mama? Beauty Bee. Okay, his sister is on YouTube. Her sister's on YouTube. Beauty Bee. What do you think there's anything true about there being a possible excuse me guys, a possible addiction problem that is shared between the mother and between Kelly and her daughter? I'm just asking, Beauty Bee, since you seem to know a lot about them. What do you think? Miss Garcia said, yeah, she mentioned this earlier. Miss Garcia mentioned it earlier. Yeah, especially when they're covering up things, right? But let's see what Beauty Bee has to say. Beauty Bee, do you believe that? Let's see if I get any more information. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Sorry, just returning. Okay, so her husband was tied to Beauty Bee says, where are you, Beauty Bee? You said you're here. Beauty Bee, is there truth to the fact that have you ever seen, witnessed, or even heard from any close family friends? Again, this is speculation, but since you know them better than any of us can, that there was any type of addiction problem that either Kelly or her daughter suffered from? Well, Keto, we don't want to put that out there. We're just waiting to see. So, yeah, it's screaming Bobby Chrissy vibes, maybe, right? He could be giving her the fentanyl blues. Missy Garcia, I heard you. I know you didn't mean that as a joke, but I read it as Blues Clues. I don't know why when I said it, I thought of Steve from Blues Clues with the little stripe, right? So what I will say to this is, right? What I will say is this is actually a really super, super serious time. We hope we figure out. I'm going to actually get back on when we have more updates. I am praying that Kelly actually gets on Instagram or Twitter or even releases a voice note, actually just saying what's going on with her, and that we don't, sorry guys, and that we don't have to worry, right? I'm praying that actually is what happens. Also, Laugh, Gags, and Gossip, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You guys follow her YouTube channel, Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Make sure that you actually DM me so we can do something in the future. I would love to have you back on to talk about Kelly, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I gotta go. It's now 3 a.m. in the morning. My jet lag is creeping in, so it's time for me to hit the hay. Miss Innabug, thank you so much for joining, and thank you for all my Tattle Tells for joining. But I agree with everybody in this thing. We need Kelly to speak. We need the husband to speak. We need the daughter to speak. We need the son to speak. I know the family is asking for privacy, but at this point, I'm involved. And because I have a parasocial relationship with Kelly Price, there I said it. I listened to her music. She got me through a lot of dark times. I'm very, very much involved. Someone speak. We need more information. We need more information. Not even about, oh, were you dropped? I don't know what happened. I thought you're welcome, Ray Days. Ray Days, Beauty, Lookout. Thank you so much for joining. Also, Laugh, Gas, and Gossip. I don't know why you were dropped. I didn't even touch the screen. But thank you so much for joining too. And I agree with all you guys. We need to see what's going on with Kelly. We need to see. You're welcome, Miss Bonita. And thank you guys for joining and actually discussing some of the facts. You know, I love a good salacious story and I love clowning people and dragging people. But this is too serious because at this point, I'm just hoping that Kelly is safe, that she is happy, and that she is 100% healthy. COVID, especially with comorbidity. Look at that, my first day of third grade. Comorbidity, right? Especially with comorbidity, I am hoping that it just ends with a big misunderstanding and maybe a husband that's a little bit too controlling and a little bit of embarrassment, and she comes out of it. I really do hope. All right, let's send our plan. Thank you so much, Melanie. Melanin. God, my dyslexia. It's time to go to sleep. I'm like, thank you, Melanie. It's Melanin Barbie. Thank you so much, Melanin Bar. And thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, LaShawn, my Tattle Tells. Yes, prayers up, everybody, for Kelly Price. Before we go, you guys just take a moment and send some good energy out for her and just pray and pray and pray. This is the first story I've ever covered that I'm really actually hoping that I have to eat crow, that there's nothing going on, and that it literally is much ado about nothing. I'm praying for it. And you guys, I hope tonight when you guys go to bed that you actually pray for it too. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Ray Day. And thank you again, Ray Day. Also, feel free to message me on Instagram, Ray Day, and Laughs, Gags, and Gossip. I'd love to have you guys on again. Thank you for being so brave to actually speak and come out and share your views. I love talking for you guys. So Ray Day and of course, Laughs, Gags, and Gossip. Please hit me up, okay? Yes. praying for Kelly Price. This is the first time I'm just really praying that there's nothing going on. All right, you guys. Thanks very much. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. And thank you for all my Tattle Tells. Join my membership. Join my membership. Join my membership. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye, Miss Benita. Oh, and thank you, California girl. Oh, hey. Thank you, Amika. I didn't even see you, babe. Thank you so much, you guys. Follow Visual Taste by Amika on Instagram. She has a great, if you're a foodie, you're going to love her page. I know I'm always saying I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm always on Amika's page and she gets me hungry again. So then I go back to eating. You know, I'm going to kill two. First, I'm going to focus on actually washing and conditioning my head. Oh, thank you. Laughs, Gas, and Gossip is the newest YouTube member. Thank you, girl. Make sure you guys follow Laughs, Gas, and Gossip on YouTube. I know I'm about to go follow you. As a matter of fact, girl, let me do that. Because you know I forget everything. Let me do that while I have you on the screen. Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Let me do it while I have you on the screen. Hold on. Here we go. I just subscribed to you, girl. All right. So now if there's an about section, if there's an email, I'm going to harass you. There's not an email, so I can't harass you. So DM me on Instagram, okay? All right, girl, I will talk to everybody later. Thank you so much. I just subscribed to you. I do keep my subscriber list private, but your count went up by 1 because I literally just subscribed to you. All right, guys, see, I'll even show you. Look at this. You guys, this is Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. I am subscribed right there. And you guys go ahead and subscribe too. All right, guys. All right. And also, Ray Day, make sure you DM me on Instagram too. All right. It's been great talking to everybody. Bye. And thank you for joining. I'll talk to everybody later. Bye, guys.